Okay, today, gate 9, the sculptor comes into transit. So I'm going to be talking about that. So I'm Matilda Morgan. I'm the designer of expression design, which is a beautiful merging of the human design and a few different little things as well, and archetypes, visual archetypes, style archetypes. And it's got my own little thing in there, which is impact-driven style method, and that's to do with the influence and communication of your clothing and outfits. So this is a very transformational design that we can use to leverage both inside and out. So the difference about this and difference with what I do is it's taking your values, taking your desires, taking your core concepts and design, which are inner, intangible aspects, and actually creating an aligned visual, aligned tangible thing that you can actually see in the materialistic realm. And this can be done easily. This isn't, new magic. It's been done for generations, and this is why visuals and visual branding, visual marketing is so vital. So this will impact everything. So gate 9 is called the Sculptor. It is really, really cool gate. So notice what you notice over the next couple of days with relation to this. My dad actually has this as his sun gate, and I definitely can see the relation of it. So it's gate 9 focus. It channels with 52 concentration. The I Ching is taming the power of the small. Zodiac is Sagittarius, and the impact-driven style is an archetypal style is creator. So the color palette's often dark, textures mid and hard, silhouette is mid masculine, and the patterns are detailed. I'll talk about that and show you later. In Gene Keys, this is Shadow of Inertia, the Gift of Determination, and the City of Invincibility. So this is a cool game. I love the imagery that this one conjures up as well. Like this is someone that is very involved in the process of creation, and that's what the creator archetypes are around. So creator archetypes or imaginative types are creator, jester, and explorer. So they're really motivated to create and share the creation of the process. And my Pluto is a creator type. So these people want to be able to do it with you. You want to show them with you. You want to explore new things and new ways how to do it. They're quite individualized. They want to do it themselves in their own unique way. So these are people that will not be doing or not be looking for a done for you thing unless it's really out of their realm of interest. So if it's doing something that lights them up, then they will want to do it themselves. So this particular version of the creator is really interesting. So they're in particular interested in the details. So they're interested in the minute aspects of the projects and then how it looks in the whole. So they will be the people who go in and dive in and really want to communicate the necessity of each little part and how it works into play for the overall project or creation or whatever they're doing. So it brings to so over time, all these little things that they book together will create something really, really big. And it will be built with such structure and integrity that it will last for eons. So, if you conjure up like the redwoods that form a dense foliage to shade and sustain life around them, they did not burst from seed and simply appear. They grew inch by inch by inch, paying attention to even just those little rings that you see when you have a look at the inside of a tree. It's like all these little layers that are intricately built that you can pay attention to that then create this massive, massive thing that's going to stand the test of time. So the sculptor is not interested in making big rash movements. They are very detail focused. So they're not going to rush in and just suddenly go, that'll do. That'll do. No, they're going to really want to master the details and know that each step one at a time is more powerful than a leap. So they're going to go, rather than trying to jump over the ford, they will kind of look around and place rocks in a very strategically and create it as a journey because for them also it's going to be the journey of finding rocks. So and this will be a scene in their outfit as well. So they'll be like, oh, I got that rock from over there, that has meaning there now. I got this rock from over there, so that has meaning of that journey. So and then as they journey across that little pond or whatever, the stretch of water, wherever this metaphor is going, they will be able to reminisce about like how everything's come together. Every little thing has meaning to it. So they always place more value in the journey than the destination. Like the outcome is awesome, great, success, all the things. However, for them, what they're going to be reminiscing about will be like, remember when I found that rock and I saw this little detail on it and it was so good, and I loved how it looked in the whole creation of it. So these are those, you know, if you think of those paintings, those pieces of art where you get closer, like Sculptor, right? If you see those like works of art, that, you know, those lifelike sculptures, you get closer and you can just see the detail explode from it. Nothing is left untouched. You can see every little, you know, chisel that's, you know, formed the hand and the veins and all that kind of stuff. And then you go back and you see this beautiful sculpture of the person. So this is what they're interested in. So where they will get stuck is if they do not step back and see the photo. So they can get very detail focused, and they can also micromanage a little bit. So the creator will be so wanting to make sure that every single little detail is conveyed and the importance of it, and that it's done to a standard that they can create that micromanaging persona. So so being aware of that they can micromanage, and also if they do not step back. So the point of the sculptor is to step in, focus and convey the details, and step back and see the whole of the picture. So they will find themselves in not self and not truth if they spend too long on either end of that scale, too long in the details, in which case the proportion of the figure or the project or whatever they're creating will be out. And then, or if they spend too far that back to view, they won't be able to satisfy their requirement to convey the details. They won't know what's going on, and that's going to cause frustration. So being able to step in, step back, step in, step back. So this also means that they're going to need to create a system and process in place where they're not always in it. So, you know, what kind of scheduling are they creating? What is happening with this? It's also important that they focus on one thing at a time as well. So they can delegate. That's also that creation of like, I'm going to focus on this and this and this, because of their detail focus and their awareness of all the different little spots moving in, that's where overwhelm comes. That's where anxiety comes, because they go, oh, I need to create this whole thing. And the details of this whole thing are just, and they can see all that, which makes them a superpower. So it's being able to go, okay, I'm just going to step on that and then do that and then do that and then do that and then go overall. Or I'm going to do that and then delegate, delegate, delegate. So it's always doing that kind of thing. So when it comes to their personal archetypes and how they show up, just share a screen. It's a similar thing. So they're quite creative there. And again, they're more interested in how they've put the outfit together than, I mean, obviously they're interested in the overall impact of the outfit, but to them, what's going to light it up is the creation of the outfit. Where have these pieces come from? So they're interested in like the overall effect and then the detail effect. So again, it's like that painting, right? They want to be able to share a story with the person, firstly with themselves, because they're interested in it. And then they want to, if someone comes closer, they go, oh my God, I didn't notice that. That's a really cool necklace. That's really cool shoes. That's like a really cool little detail there. It's a really cool little tattoo. I've never seen that before. That's really going to light them up, because it's like, oh, because to them, every single little thing will go into the overall picture to create something that's incredible. So they're very interested in what is happening there. They're not looking for big abstract gestures. Now, this is personal thing. So depending on their environment, depending on the mix of unique gates, there will be a vary. So when we're looking at purely gate 9, the sculptor, and this is some variables of how this person can show up. Now it depends, like we could have this mix of very different way. This could be an emotional gate. It doesn't need to be in a visual embodiment gate. So what they're going to be interested in is the meaning. So they're often going to have a wardrobe that will be filled with their life journey. And when they pull out each piece, it's going to be, oh, I got this place from here. I got this here. I bought these dinosaur earrings, for example, at a market in Melbourne when I was still selling my clothes. And I know the story of that. I can still remember the night when I bought these and the lady that I talked to. This shirt, I know exactly where this shirt was from, and I designed it, and where the pattern is from, and the meaning behind that, and the journey that went through for that. So that is why they're wearing stuff. It doesn't necessarily need to be for the other person to know the story of their whole outfit. That's for them. They want to create something that's like, oh, I can see and feel all these details. It's very intentional in how that's creating. It's not just a visual impact, but also the emotional impact of these different things working together. And then, of course, if someone asks, then they'll be like, oh, happy to share it with you. Happy to share. So these, like, also in the wardrobes, like going that indecision, the stuck indecision of which was just going to happen here. So they will tend to wear darker colors and bright colors, so the mix of dark and bright. And then their textures will also be mid-hard. So they can bring in textured items. However, they are still that more authoritative version of the creator. And it depends what the other mixes are. They will bring in like a more textured item if they deem it and if they are feeling it. So, even just like a little bit like that. So it's just a really highlight of that. So they will be mid to, and they'll be very eclectic in the patterns that they wear. So they will wear bold block colors. However, they will mix it with intricate patterns. And they're not afraid of like just adding any little other detail with. So they're going to be quite a mix with how they do it. The silhouette is going to be more structured, but it can also be, and if you can look at like these ones, they're all kind of like they've got a little odd take, a little abstractness to it. And that's very much the creator, because they do want to stand out. They do want to be different. That's their point. They're deeply in the process of expressing themselves. So they will require that they're going to be noticed, that they're not going to stand out, that they're going to stand out next to other people in the crowd. So that will invite them into a difference of that. So this is where the creator can also appear as rebel as well. They just have different motivations of it, where the creator has a slightly different energy around it. Then they're interested in different things than the rebel. So this is gate 9, the sculptor. It's a really fun gate. So notice over the next couple of days, like, how are you embodying aspects of this? Is it in your profile? If it's not in your profile, we do have access to all of these. I know I have a lot of this in me, whether it's inherited from my dad and how he views it, and it also comes through my other gates as well. I'm like, my Pluto's a creator, as I said, so I'm interested in the story of the self-expression. So how can you look in your wardrobe when you're putting on outfits and see these different aspects? How can you look at what you're creating and maybe zoom in and then zoom out, giving your time to do both over the next couple of days? It's going to be really, really potent. If you do have this in your chart and you want to know how to really, really leverage it, or any of your other things, other gates, then DM us. Details will be below, and we can talk about how you can really use this to create something that is just transforms everything in your business and your life. So this is very, very, very potent work. Okay, talk soon.